28. And you saw on the screen the graphic, a 1.00 goals against average about to be tested here. And there's a goal for the Roman Legion by Eduardo Gutierrez. Not even 2 minutes on the Division III state championship matchup, the Roman Legion able to score first.
That was quick. That's definitely not what Winnebago Lutheran wanted to happen. They wanted to keep it close, and they're going to have to come back and get an equalizer.
The finish by Eduardo Lutheran to change that. Any way you can approach it and attempt to take away some of this possession.
Communication is the key. You just have to understand they're gonna work.
Well, Markgraf, a pretty good opportunity there with Schroffnagel at 6 foot, the senior on that outside, but just missed on that connection. Have their guys positioned well, and some early moments and some scares against Caleb King, and here may come another. Serna on the windup, goes high and finds the back of the net.
Again, a problem for Winnebago Lutheran, closing down and containing that offensive player. That's going to be a big issue with a team that can handle the ball as well as St. Anthony. You've got to contain. You can't let those midfielders run uncontested straight at your goal.
Juan Serna with a 3-point start to his Division III.
Settle in with their possession, make Winnebago chase.
And now with Gutierrez on the pass to Ramirez. Gutierrez. What a system. You know, it looks effortless at times. They know where one another is on that field. They connect on these passes, and it's just great communication on these attacks. Here again with Gutierrez. At least here in the start of this first half, they have been in sync.
It's all about talking early and talking often. You got to let your teammates know. You know, when you get a defender on you, you have to look down, see where that ball is at, and you can't necessarily look up and see where all your teammates are. So they need to be letting you know where your options are.
Ball played back, pressure applied by Schultz. Schroffnagel on the header, knocked down by Gutierrez. Trying to get the feed right back from Carlos Ramirez. And now Ramirez on the short pass with Barba. He'll take the shot, and King will pick it up. Consecutive and 4th overall appearance.
Winnebago Lutheran upset Sturgeon Bay. I know we played Sturgeon Bay early in the season, and that was a really strong team. So I would not count Winnebago Lutheran out. They've had some impressive victories, obviously during their season, but especially here in the playoffs. So they're still would have been like to get to that championship game so many years in a row and not win. So I hated to lose, but certainly they were very deserving.
Well, now look at the pass from Markgraf. Martinez.
Again, Winnebago just get as far away from those defenders as possible so you've got time and room to operate.
But Barba.
Make them get rid of it sooner than they want to.
Gutierrez. Get the feedback from Rojas.
Winnebago has done a really nice job with the balls in the air. They've won most of those, so they got to keep that up.
Over there to Gutierrez. That on the feed from Barba. Gutierrez. And now Barba.
They just have to be patient.
Now breaking, again, here's the speed of Gutierrez. Could be a 1v1, cuts back in, winds up, shoots. He's gonna score! Another goal for Eduardo Gutierrez, putting the pedal to the metal, and the Roman Legion up 3-0.
The problem on that is what we talked about before. Winnebago Lutheran not closing that ball down in the middle of the field. Guy is an unimpeded through ball, and there you go, right under Gutierrez's foot, and he outraces the defense.
He had the angle on Trent Reeder, and then blasted it to the right side of the diving Caleb King. Eduardo Gutierrez, a reason he has scored 32 times this season.
Re-energizes St. Anthony, actually, now that Winnebago Lutheran has scored. Up 3-0, you wonder if they were figuring this is going to move forward when St. Anthony's game is not forward. It's possess, and look for those opportunities. They've got to get back to that formula which has been so successful for them.
As you mentioned, though, too, if you're the Vikings, you want to continue to try to find 3-1. It could be a lot worse.
If I were Winnebago Lutheran, I'd be pretty happy with where they're at right now. Obviously, they don't want to be down 3-1, but they've got St. Anthony frustrated. They've had some opportunities on goal. If they could possibly get another one here, I think that happened for St. Anthony because they did what they like to do, possess the ball, playing the ball through to their forwards. They need to be patient. Even with the 2-goal lead, they just need to be patient, and it'll work out well for them.
It was Gutierrez on the first goal. He got the assist from this guy, Juan Serena, who scored the second, and the Roman Legion up a couple of goals, not even 8 minutes into the contest. They would add one more, taking the 3-goal lead. Again, the speed of Eduardo Gutierrez, his second of the game. Watch the zip on the kick by the diving Caleb King, who was right. We saw early in the first half. Again, making that move toward the net was Duran Huey, the sophomore, who he was one of the focal points seconds into this second half, which then would see Richie Schultz get a quality shot off.
And Winnebago has to keep it together defensively. They cannot afford to give up another goal, so they still have to stay tight.
And Serena's going to bend it in. Juan Serena with 2 goals and 1 assist, the sophomore with a 5-point morning.
That's what we were talking about. They cannot afford to give up another goal. They lost contain, and they gave Serna a clear shot. It was a difficult shot, but they gave him an opportunity to play the ball forward at their goal, and that's what they can't allow to happen.
Boy, it's been a game of emotions for Juan Serna. He's had his highs and lows. Well, he's excited again. He's a happy camper with goal number 2. That tossed in by Gustavo Zudaga. Looking to make that turn with Gutierrez.
Hernandez for St. Anthony looked a little shaky on that last play. I think Winnebago Lutheran, we've said all along. That's
Valley Lutheran boys soccer head coach. And a game that has seen the Roman Legion, the 3rd-year program, making its first ever state tournament appearance, strike early, able to score 3 times in the first half, taking the early 3-0 advantage, and now have added another here in the second half for the 4-1 lead.
Winnebago Lutheran's going to have to score quickly here to get themselves back into this game.
Barba! But Caleb King.
Opportunity. We've seen what they've been able to do, what St. Anthony's been able to do from the 18 on in.
Boy, look at that windup by Barba. Had just enough space and had the angle.
They're sensing that this is theirs if they want to take it, so they're going to work hard.
And cooler heads prevailing. You know, saw them getting frustrated toward the end of the first half, even with a 3-goal lead that then dwindled down to 2. They've come back out here, and they're just focused and back to playing soccer, and it's paying off in a big way.
Like we said, if they play their game, work their position.
That was headed out. Schultz spun around with Huey. Ortega.
And that's where if Winnebago Lutheran's going to get into it, that's a perfect example of their forwards need to control that ball. They cannot hand that ball over right away to St. Anthony.
They came into the state tournament outscoring their first 4 playoff opponents 15-1 with the lone goal allowed against Racine St. Catherine's. Barba. And a goal kick for Winnebago Lutheran.
Well, I've been very impressed with St. Anthony and their ability, their ball skill, their ability to possess the ball, their movement off the ball for the most part, for most of the game.
Back at Time Warner Cable Stadium, Eline Soccer Park in Milwaukee, where the St. Anthony Roman Legion, they're within 16 minutes of their first ever state championship, and this their first ever state tournament appearance. The only newbie to the tournament field this year. Well, Barba trying to go for that bicycle kick, but it just looked painful in the end result. Going up and down, he went hard on that backside with the flag going up against the Lucy. Barba. And now Barba up the wing. Kept in and played over to Juan Serna. Given way. Barba trying to turn the corner and play on following Sam Bussey getting knocked down. Battling there with Ohelio Cuvez, the senior defender into the lineup, sporting jersey 12. Off the slide by, or the slip and slide by Barba.
couple of goals here, get themselves back in it.
And again, they were more on the defense yesterday too, but nothing like this. Aquinas certainly had their fair share of possession in the semifinal. Flores, not much on the
box.
And nearly did back up top off the Reader send in, with Markgraf again being the focal point.
This is that time of the game where if you've got the lead, they've got enough of a lead, it's not quite as important, but you want to get the ball down to the other team's corners, make that team chase you, take precious time on.
Calkins, Huey on the slide. Ortega takes away that connection. Aquinas. Ortega gives way off the left cleat of Barba. At the bend.
Good opportunity for St. Anthony to add to that lead. That's one of those where Winnebago Lutheran let those guys run free at the back post. That's a no-no.
You'll see Francisco Meza. He's a sophomore. He's in now a 5-year program. St. Anthony, the Roman Legion, with the final seconds ticking down. The 2012 Division III Boys State Soccer Champions.
Well, I thought St. Anthony did what they wanted to do throughout the whole game, possess the ball, be patient, wait for their opportunities, and they certainly took advantage. Yeah, winning that first state title, there's always some, you can't explain, I can't tell you just how exciting that was.
A program that began back in 2010, a roster of all freshmen and sophomores to within 2 goals of qualifying for state last year. And now they get here and they take care of business, knocking off their maiden state tournament appearance early on. Juan Serna able to send it in. The finish, that was 158 on in by Eduardo Gutierrez.
You see, for St. Anthony, controlling the ball in the midfield was the key to their victory today, and then being able to play those balls through.
And then here's the game winner, 7:08 on in, Juan Serna. Part of a 5-point day for the sophomore midfielder. At the time, the Roman Legion in front, 2-0. They'd make it 3-0 though. Able to utilize the speed, the leg strength of Eduardo Gutierrez.
Again, another ball out of the midfield to one of the forwards. Slotted it through to him, and he put it away.
Right before halftime, the header by Richie Schultz off the feet from Jacob Swafnagel. He headed it over to Schultz. Some life for the Vikings. They were down 3-1. That would be your halftime score, and they nearly made it 3-2 right out of halftime, but the Roman Legion able to put it away. In for Juan Serna. There's his second goal of the day. That's your final, a 4-1 victory for the 3rd-year program state champs.
Congratulations once again to St. Anthony Roman Legion on your state championship title.